the way that you structure your ads now in 2026, completely different from a few years ago, okay? I'm gonna walk you through the structure. It's gonna be dead simple, but we're gonna talk about the changes and why you need to be paying attention to this. This is not a setup that you should just go, okay, this is easy, this is good, perfect, I don't really have to do very much, but here is the setup and we're gonna break it down on why it is the way it is. So we're gonna have a campaign, we're gonna have an ad set here, and then we're gonna have our ads. Very, very simply, we're gonna have one campaign. It's the Andromeda setup. We're gonna have one ad set, and we are going to have as many ads as you can crank every single week. Now, I spoke about variants recently, and I wanna get into that in this section, but what you need to be doing here is hitting people at different stages of the funnel. So if you don't want to create 100 ads, which you don't need to do, just start with 6. So I'm going to have one ad here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very simply, we're going to be meeting people at where they're at within the funnel. So we could go most aware all the way back to completely unaware of the product. But in this case, what we're going to do just to get started is we're just going to go here and have a cold ad, and then a cold ad here. Then we're going to have middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel, bottom of funnel. So we're going to have 6 different ads, and they're all doing different jobs. Now you can take this structure and you can build out 100 different ads, but what's happening here is Facebook is going to personalize everybody's journeys. So if you see something on your ad account, when you create a campaign like this that says personalized journey, toggle that on, and it is going to personalize every single ad to each different type of customer, because you're going to have, for example, if you have a supplement brand, maybe you have mums that use the product, and maybe you have athletes that use the product, right? These people are going to be hit in a different way to then acquire a campaign ROAS, right? The biggest mistake that people make here, especially since this update has come along, is that they say, okay, well, ad 1 is good, ad 3 is good, and the rest of them aren't performing well. So what are we going to do? We're going to turn this off, turn this off, turn this off, turn this off. What then happens is all of your ad spend stagnates. If your ads are getting spend on them, it means that they are part of the funnel. And what you shouldn't be concentrating on is this return on ad spend here. Do not concentrate on these ads return on ad spend. Concentrate on your overall campaign return on ad spend. Now, what does this mean for media buyers? Because previously, media buyers would have to create different types of campaigns. They'd have to have cold, they'd have to have testing, they would have to have middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, whatever, all the retargeting. This has completely changed things for media buyers. And I see media buyers now more as creative strategists. So what a media buyer's role should now be is somebody that goes in, takes a look at ad number 3 and ad number 1, and goes back to the video team and says, hey, we need more variants of ad number 1 and ad number 3. And also, this is why ad 3 worked well. This is why ad 1 worked well. Can you do me some other videos that are kind of like this, they're similar, and can you do me some other videos that are kind of similar to these, and then we can start building out better ads. The sole purpose of a media buyer at this point should be producing better ads. That doesn't mean that they need to make video ads. It doesn't mean they need to make image ads. It just means that they should be able to read all of this data, feed it back to your video guy or girl, and produce better results to produce a better campaign return on ad spend. That is the setup, but it is not a setup that you should go ahead and think, okay, great, all I need to do is one campaign, one ad set, and just chuck a load of ads in. And I know we were talking previously about testing. you don't need a testing campaign either. Just chuck them all in here. And if they're getting spend, they are doing part of the job to get that campaign return on ad spend. Disregard this ad return on ad spend here, because what you'll end up doing is saying, hey, well, ad 3 has got a 2.8 and this one here is, not doing as well. They are all playing a part in the funnel. What will happen is if you just then go, okay, we're going to turn all of these off and just run ad 3, like people used to in the past, you are going to hit fatigue quicker than you can imagine. And very quickly, this whole campaign, because you're hitting customers cold and you're then hitting them with retargeting with the same ad, because you've turned all the other ones off, your campaign return on ad spend is going to go down. So this is the only setup we need, and it saves you a lot of time, but understand as media buyers and marketers, we need to be reading this data, feeding it back to the video guy to up that campaign return on ad spend.